Welcome back, second grade readers. So the last time we were together, we were taking a look at making predictions based on how well we know our characters and then checking the text to see if how accurate our predictions were. So today I want to tell you that one of the things we do to go a little deeper in understanding a character is we take a look at or notice the relationships that they have with other characters in the book. So when we take a look at the relationships with other characters in a story, it shows us more about who that character that we're studying is and what kind of person or character they are. So today I wanted to read to you the Frog and Toad story, The Kite. And as I read, I want you to notice how the relationship that Toad has, not only with Frog, but some other little characters that are going to show up in this story as well. Here we go. The Kite. Frog and Toad went out to fly a kite. They went to a large meadow where the wind was strong. "Our kite will fly up and up," said Frog. "It will fly all the way up to the top of the sky." "Toad," said Frog, "I will hold the ball of string. You hold the kite and run." Toad ran across the meadow. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him. The kite went up in the air. It fell to the ground with a bump. Toad heard laughter. 3 robins were sitting in a bush. "That kite will not fly," said the robins. "You may as well give up." Toad ran back to Frog. "Frog," said Toad, "this kite will not fly. I give up." "We must make a second try," said Frog. "Wave the kite over your head. Perhaps that will make it fly." Toad ran back across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. The kite went up in the air and then fell down with a thud. "What a joke," said the robins. "That kite will never get off the ground." Even now you might be predicting what Toad's going to say to Frog, right? Toad ran back to Frog. "This kite is a joke," he said. "It will never get off the ground." "We have to make a third try," said Frog. "Wave the kite over your head and jump up and down. Perhaps that will make it fly." Toad ran across the meadow again. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. The kite went up in the air and crashed down into the grass. "That kite is junk," said the robins. "Throw it away and go home." Sure, you're thinking right now that's what Toad's going to say to Frog? Perhaps. Let's see. Sure enough, Toad ran back to Frog. "This kite is junk," he said. "I think we should throw it away and go home." "Toad," said Frog, "we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down, and shout, 'Up, kite, up!'" Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, "Up, kite, up!" The kite flew into the air. It climbed higher and higher. "We did it!" cried Toad. "Yes," said Frog. "If a running try did not work, and a running and a waving try did not work, and a running, waving, and jumping try did not work, I knew that a running, waving, jumping, and shouting try just had to work." The robins flew out of the bush, but they could not fly as high as the kite. Frog and Toad sat and watched their kite. It seemed to be flying way up at the top of the sky. So readers, today, if we're looking at how our character, Toad, interacted with the characters in this story, thinking about first how he was influenced and how he reacted to what the robins were saying, right? So whenever the robins would make a comment, Toad wanted to give up. He would take their discouraging words and he'd bring them back to his friend Frog. And he would say them as though they were his own words. So he was easily influenced by the robins and what they were saying. We're learning more about him. He can get discouraged pretty easily by what others say. But I also want to draw your attention to what was happening between him and Frog. So as the robins were encouraging him again and again to just give up, Frog each time would encourage him and say, let's give it one more try. And I want you to notice that each time Frog said, let's do it, let's just do it one more time, let's try it again, he was always adding on something for Toad to do. And so I want you to notice that his friendship with Frog must be very strong, I'm thinking, because even though he felt discouraged, each time Frog would say to do something else, Toad did what his friend suggested. And because he had such a strong friendship, it kept him going. So even though he can be influenced by others, this is what I'm thinking about his personality. He could get discouraged pretty quickly and pretty easily by what others say. But his very best friend, his friendship, has an even stronger influence and impact on his choices and how he's going to act and what he's going to accept. And in the end, because of that friendship, he and his friend Frog were able to enjoy the success of their kite flying time. So see how we kind of went through and we thought about not only how the robins made Toad feel, but also how Frog kept encouraging him, and that what Frog did with that encouragement. So today, and I want to put this up here, and I want it to kind of remind you of what we noticed in this story. But today I want you to notice what the characters' relationships show about that character that you're reading about. So here he is with Frog, and what we kind of looked at, not only his relationship here, but even the quick effect of the robins on him, right? And then the longer effect of this close friend. So today, readers, what I would like you to do is give special notice to the interactions between the main character and the other characters in your story. Then think, what kind of personality does the character have that I'm thinking about or looking at? Good luck with that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.